Hey guys, my name's Leah Barrick of Grace Functional Nutrition. I help women balance hormones, feel amazing in their bodies, increase stress resilience, and get rid of burnout. And today I want to talk a little bit about your morning. So I've worked with a lot of women and I see things all over the spectrum in terms of what women are doing in their mornings. And the truth is that your morning really sets the stage for the rest of your day. Your hormones love when you have a solid morning routine. So we're gonna talk about what that is, because a lot of women are kind of shooting themselves in the foot, if I'm being totally honest, with how their mornings are going. So I want to help give you some ideas of things that you can do in the morning that are going to support your hormones, but also just make the rest of your day feel so much better. You're gonna have more energy, you're gonna feel like you have a better mood. You're gonna overall just feel more grounded and less stressed. And so really how you wake up starts your morning. So when you wake up, avoid hitting the snooze button. I know this is really difficult, but that half awake, half asleep phase that you are in is not helping you get more rest. So I really recommend, instead of hitting the snooze, really just setting your alarm for the time that you actually need to wake up. So you really have to wake up. Your alarm is not right next to your bed, so that you actually have to get up out of bed to turn it off if that's an issue, if you're worried about sleeping through your alarm. But really setting your bedtime and wake time to be consistent. So this is really important for your circadian rhythm. And so your circadian rhythm is basically just your sleep-wake cycle. So what that means is that in the morning, your cortisol, which is your stress hormone, rises. And this is good. A lot of times people assume cortisol is bad. We want to decrease cortisol. And that's not actually true. Cortisol is actually very healthy and it's very necessary. And we want cortisol to be highest in the morning. So that would be a healthy circadian rhythm, is if in the morning cortisol is high and melatonin, which makes you sleepy, is low. So basically throughout the day, cortisol starts high and then it starts to decrease, and melatonin does the opposite. So melatonin ideally starts low and then it starts to increase later in the day. Now, we live in a world with a lot of technology, a lot of blue light, a lot of people are not outside getting natural light, and all of these things actually negatively affect your circadian rhythm. So if you wake up in the morning and you feel exhausted and you don't feel rested and you feel like you're dragging and you can't get out of bed, it's worth looking into the health of your circadian rhythm and really helping to make it better and stronger. And one of the best ways to do that is to have a consistent bedtime and a consistent wake time. So that means that you're going to bed at the same time every night, even on the weekends, and you're waking up at the same time every day, even on the weekends. So a lot of people are, having the consistency throughout the week, and then the weekend comes and they're totally shifting their schedule. And that can take your body a few days, if not more, to reacclimate. So if you're really looking to help your circadian rhythm, you really want to set that time that you're going to go to bed, ideally before 11 if you can, and set that time that you're going to wake up and stick with it. And that can really help with energy for the rest of the day. So that is where you want to start. Then you want to think about natural light. So getting outside first thing in the morning with natural light, even if it's raining, even if it's cloudy. I used to live in the Pacific Northwest, so I totally get it, especially in the winter. But you want to get outside as early as possible without sunglasses to expose yourself to that natural light. And that natural light first thing in the morning helps with that circadian rhythm. So it helps with that natural increase of cortisol that I was talking about. It also helps naturally decrease melatonin. So especially if you're feeling like you wake up and you're sleepy, get outside first thing in the morning. Even if you just sit outside, read a book, sit outside, go for a walk, whatever it's gonna be, just get outside without glasses for at least 10 minutes, more if you can. Then we need to look at hydration. You can actually do this even before you go outside or during your morning 10 minutes outside, even better if you want a habit stack, but you wake up very dehydrated, right? You're not drinking throughout the night. So you want to make sure that you're hydrating first thing in the morning. What I have most of my clients do is actually start with a big glass of warm, freshly squeezed lemon water with a little pinch of salt. I have a specific salt that I recommend that doesn't have microplastics in it and it's very mineral rich. And this helps act as an electrolyte, which basically helps your cells pull hydration into them. Rather than if you're just drinking a lot of water without electrolytes, your body isn't actually able to utilize the water. Your cells aren't actually able to pull that water in. So you want to make sure that you have those electrolytes. To help hydrate your body. I love the freshly squeezed lemon because this is packed with vitamin C. It helps with detoxification and it also helps support the stress response. So a lot of my clients are dealing with a lot of stress, a lot of burnout. All of those things are really fundamental to hormone balance. And so we really want to make sure we're supporting the adrenal glands, which are those two little glands that sit on top of your kidneys and pump out cortisol. Are you seeing a theme? So a lot of times when we're under a large amount of stress for a long period of time, our adrenal glands are a little bit slow. They struggle maybe. Adrenal fatigue is what the term used to be called. That's not totally accurate. But if you've heard of adrenal fatigue, that's kind of what I'm talking about, even though physiologically it's a little bit different. Regardless, we want to support the adrenal glands with a lot of vitamin C because that's where most of the vitamin C in your body is stored. So getting that first thing in the morning is really helpful and very healthy for the body. So a big glass of water. This is before coffee. I don't want you to wake up and just reach for coffee first thing in the morning. That's one of the worst things that you can do for your hormone health, actually, for your energy levels. So avoid grabbing coffee first thing and instead grab your warm lemon water with a little pinch of salt. Then we want to look at breakfast. So we've woken up at the same time, we've hydrated, we've gotten our morning sunlight. Now, for most of my women clients, I recommend eating breakfast within 60 minutes of waking. This might take some time, especially if you are used to skipping breakfast to get used to, but hunger in the morning is a healthy sign. We want your body to wake up, be hungry and ready for a big breakfast. Eating is a circadian signal. So again, when we're waking up, we're getting sunlight, we're going outside, we're eating, we're telling our body it's time to be awake. What you eat for breakfast is the most important meal of the day. There is so much truth to this. And so a lot of people are eating the wrong kind of breakfast. So this would be things like the standard American breakfast, or a bagel, or a muffin, or a croissant, or breakfast cereal. All of these are going to set you up for a blood sugar roller coaster for the rest of the day. They're gonna promote inflammation, fatigue, not increase your resilience to stress, so make you more susceptible to stress. And all of these things we want to avoid. So instead, I want you to focus on a protein-forward breakfast. Your breakfast needs to have at least 30 grams of protein ideally, and this will also help to stimulate muscle protein synthesis, which is really important for muscle health, for metabolism, and especially for longevity because we start to lose muscle at age 30. So we want to get that protein-rich breakfast in first thing in the morning, and this also is going to help with your blood sugar for the rest of the day, which is the most important thing to address when we're talking about hormonal imbalances. So if you have any kind of PMS, PCOS, endometriosis, infertility, heavy periods, irregular periods, any issues, cramping, breast tenderness, you name it, you need to look at your blood sugar. Your blood sugar is fundamental for hormone balance because all of those things are signs of hormonal imbalance. So getting that protein-rich breakfast first thing in the morning is super, super important. So to recap, we've got our regular bedtime, our regular wake time. We've got our 10 minutes at least of natural light outside first thing in the morning. We've got our hydration with our warm lemon water, a little bit of salt for those electrolytes, and we've got our protein-rich breakfast, at least 30 grams of protein. So if you start your day like this, you are going to feel a massive difference, especially if you haven't been starting your day like this. Those are the most important. Now, I have some other things that I do typically recommend to many of my clients, and this is case by case. So it kind of depends on the flow of your morning, depends on how much time you have, depends on your job. Are you working from home, or do you have to drive into the office? But I do recommend, if you can, journaling in the morning. So stream of consciousness journaling first thing in the morning is so helpful, especially if you feel like you're dealing with a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. It can be really helpful to just kind of cleanse all of that and have a fresh slate for the day. So journaling is one thing. Gentle stretching for your body is another. So again, we wake up often kind of stiff, kind of sore, not feeling really good. Gentle stretching can also help stimulate lymphatic flow, which can also help with the immune system and hormonal system, also helps with blood flow, so to kind of wake you up, get you feeling better. So I also recommend some gentle stretching if you have time. So I hope this was helpful. If you did find it helpful, give this video a like, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified every time there's a new video out, and I will see you guys next time.